Study Section 4, Scales of Measurement. Introduction. This study section introduces to you the scales of measurement that are vital to understanding statistical techniques and statistical interpretation. Efforts are made in this study section to simplify each of the 4 scales of measurement for your better understanding. You are therefore implored to be attentive, as this study section will greatly help you to master the statistical techniques discussed in this course. Objectives. At the end of this study section, you should be able to 1. Discuss the 4 scales of measurement in research and statistics, and 2. Differentiate characteristics of the 4 scales of measurement. Pretext. 1. Mention and explain the 4 scales of measurement. 2. Differentiate characteristics of nominal scale from the ordinal scale of measurement. Content. Scales of measurement. When data are collected in a piece of research, they are usually based on some forms of measurement. Measurement in this sense refers to the human tendency to attach meaning to phenomena that are yet to be understood. Whether you measure some aspects of nature in the physical world or people's beliefs in the social world, you try to categorize this in measurement. Such measurement can involve qualitative, descriptive, or quantitative numerical observations, objects, places, events, ideas, etc. In some systematic manner, about 4 types of scales of measurement are commonly used. These are nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio scales. The nominal scale. A nominal scale uses number to identify qualitative differences among measurements. The measurements made by a nominal scale are names, labels, or categories, and no quantitative distribution can be drawn among them. In other words, nominal data are more of categories, labeling, numbering, or identification that cannot be said to be greater than the other. Examples of variables or questions on nominal include gender, male or female, hobbies. Please check any of the below activities you do during your leisure time. Religion. Are you a Muslim, Christian, traditionalist, etc.? Coding male as 1 and female as 2 does not mean that female is higher or greater than male. Rather, these are just for categorization or labeling or identification. The ordinal scale. An ordinal scale ranks or orders observations based on whether they are greater than or lesser than one another. Ordinal scales do not provide information about how close or distant observations are from one another. Rather, they show superiority. For example, when you observed who graduated with first class in the Department of Psychology, it must be a student with highest cumulative grade point average, CGPA. Other variables on ordinal scale include job status, which includes senior, middle, and junior management staff. The interval scale. An interval scale is quantitative, contains measurable equal distances between observations but lack a true zero value or point. Interval scales are used when the distance between observations is measurable, equal, and ordinal, but a true 0 point is unnecessary. The basic mathematical operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division can be performed on data collected from interval scales when a 0 score appears on an interval scale. However, its placement does not mean that information stops at this or that the respondent does not have such behavior at all. For instance, Aggression scale is an interval scale of measurement. One scoring 0 on the scale does not indicate that one is not aggressive at all. However, you can only score low, indicating that you are low in aggression. Interval scales are commonly used for behavioral measurement. Such behavioral variables include intelligence, anxiety, depression, job satisfaction, organizational commitment, etc. The ratio scale. A ratio scale ranks observation contains equal and meaningful intervals and has a true 0 point or score. The ratio scale incorporates all of the properties found in the previous 3 scales of measurement as well as absolute 0 point. Here a 0 score is meaningful because it indicates a true absence of information. For instance, the 0 measurement on a ruler means that there is no object being measured, just as reading of 0 miles per hour on a speed meter indicate that the car is not in motion. Examples of variables on ratio scale of measurement include weight, height, length, etc. Summary. When you measure some aspect of behavior or people's belief, you try to put them in category in form of measurement, which can be qualitative or quantitative in manner. There are 4 commonly used scales of measurement, which include nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio scales. Nominal scale measures data such as names, label, categories, which are qualitative in manner. Ordinal scale measures data such as observations, ordered or ranked, which are qualitative in nature. Interval scale measures data of equal intervals between observation with no true 0 point, including behavioral measurements. Finally, ratio scale measures data that have equal intervals between observation with true 0 point and mostly on physical measurement. This is the end of study section 4. Thanks for listening.